welcome back to my channel. I am Tiff with Journal with Tiff, and as you can see, I have the Diamine 2023 Purple Inkvent calendar. And yes, I'm a little late to the game. I get it. But it's just been so busy lately. I did not want to commit to having a video for each ink. So what works for me this year is to basically, I'm going to break this up into 4 different videos. The first 3 will be the first 8 inks, then the second 8 inks, then the third 8 inks, which will equal to 24. And then on the last day, which is the 25th, and there is an actual full bottle, then that will have its own separate video. But yeah, we'll still go through them. This is what fits me and my time frame right now, but I still wanted to share this with you guys so we can look at all the different colors together and give our input and just have a good time enjoying these inks. So let's get going. The first ink is Fabulous Gold. It is a chameleon ink and it does have shimmer. So we're going to shake this up. And with the eyedropper, I'm going to go down deep so that I can make sure I get some of the shimmer here. Now I'm just going to make a little swirl. It's not the best swirl, is it? It's okay. And we will test this with the Cashmere Brass dip. This is a pretty, looks like a kind of a muddy, dirty yellow gold. I do like it. I do like it. And it's dark enough that it's legible. And I am actually in my, what I call my little crafting room. My husband's in the other room watching the football game. I normally record at my work desk because it's a more stable desk. But I did not want the sound of the game to interrupt us here. So here we have, let's get it one more time, Fabulous Gold. I'm going to try to write a little slow so that I don't shake the camera too much. And that is day 1. Next is Cashmere Rose, and it is a standard ink, no shimmer. This looks like a beautiful color. It looks gorgeous. I'm gonna put a little bit more on here this time to make sure that I get a better sample. Yeah, definitely better this time. And just a little dip with the dip pen. This is ink 2. Oh, I do love a dusty rose color. I really do. And this is kind of what that looks like. Very pretty ink. Cashmere Rose. Actually, it's a very appropriate name. I do like it. And please forgive me again for writing so slow. I have an IKEA desk in here, and one side is drawers, and the other side are have two legs to the table, and it just, when I write, it just shakes a lot, but don't really have a lot of choice today. So yeah, here we have Cashmere Rose Day 2, or Ink 2. Ink 3 is Early Dusk, and it is a standard ink, no shimmer. And I'm very curious about this blue because generally I have not in the past been a big fan of blue inks. I guess I should say not that I'm not a fan of blue inks, but I'm not necessarily a fan of lighter blue inks. This seems very wet. It seems very wet. But let's see, once we dip here, let's see how this looks. I think I probably could do this type of blue. Probably so. The really, really light ones, I prefer my blues to be super saturated, but I think I probably could. Early Dusk, especially in the right pen, it might really be a very pretty ink. Next, number 4 is, looks like kind of been scratched off a little bit, Masquerade. There we go. This is a shimmer ink. There we go. Is that a good shake? Ooh, I can tell this is a beautiful ink already. Ooh, I'm excited to see this one. I can already tell. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Is this number 4? Ooh, yes. Ooh, doggy. I like the commercial. This is a shimmer ink, and it is not a bold shimmer, but this is gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, I'm excited to use this one. I am definitely excited to use this one. And we will definitely get a closer look once they dry. Number 5, we have Nightfall. It is a chameleon ink, and it did have shimmer. I've already shaken it up just a little bit. So a little fearful I did not shake up Masquerade well enough, but now I can already see it starting to dry, and yes, it was shaken up quite well. Oh wow, this is ooh, I can see this already. Quite wet. Let's go ahead. It looks really dark. It looks really dark. And I got a lot of bubbles. This is kind of different. I guess maybe I did shake it up a little bit too much. I didn't know there was a such thing as shaking up a shimmer ink too much. I learned something clearly. But this is like a blue-black. I understand why it's called Nightfall now. And, ooh, yes. I do definitely get excited over my inks. I don't do a lot, you know? I don't have a whole lot of hobbies. But this really excites me. So that is very wet, but I can already see this is absolutely gorgeous. So that's number 5. All right, ink number 6, we have Buck's Fizz. This is a chameleon ink and it does have shimmer. I think I tap the cap sort of like we used to do when we would open up a soda. Did you guys used to do that? I don't even know where that came from, but yeah, we definitely used to do that. Kind of funny that I just did that automatically. Kind of weird. Oh, very nice. I am impressed. I don't know if you realize this or not, but this is my very first Inkvent calendar. So I'm rather impressed right now. I am. So this one looks a little lighter than I would normally prefer if I had a choice of ink, but it is pretty. It is actually pretty. I think I need a little bit more on my pen here. And the shimmer is just gorgeous. It really is. Next, we have Sweet Dreams, and it is a scented ink, no shimmer. Let's see what this smells like. It smells like a candle I've smelled before. It's very faint, nice scent, but faint. Okay, if you are into pinks, this might be your jam. It's quite vibrant, quite vibrant. I'm not that much of a pink girl, but you know, you never know. I might get there one day. And this is Sweet Dreams. Not sweat, Tiff. Sweet. And I had heard somewhere before that these scented inks have a different consistency, and I can see that. This consistency is definitely much wetter. I mean, everything was dried off, I thought. I believe everything my Kakamori brass nib was dried off, but this just looks really wet. You know what? Let's dry this off one more time, and we're going to do one more dip test with this, because maybe it wasn't totally dry. And we're going to just check this out one more time. Guess what? My nib was wet. That's what I get for jumping to conclusions. Definitely see a difference there. And lastly, we have Jacaranda. I'm not sure if I'm saying that appropriately. This is a standard ink. It looks like it might be a little purple, no shimmer to it, so no need to shake it up. And I'm looking at the Sweet Dreams again, and it's still spreading out as if it was too wet. And I know I dried that nib off very well, so I'm a little concerned about that particular ink. So let's check out ink number 8. Oops, get ahead of myself. Okay, pretty purple. Nice. Very wet consistency, as most of the Diamine inks are. I want to make sure I spell this right. Jacaranda, it's looking like. Interesting. And as you can see, this one is not spreading the same way the scented ink did. So I really think there is definitely a difference in consistency with the scented inks. So we're going to let these dry down and come back and look at them dried. And now that these have dried, we have the Fabulous Gold. It did have shimmer, and it's actually a very pretty greenish yellow type gold, very legible, beautiful ink. Cashmere Rose. Cashmere Rose. That is a standard ink, no shimmer, but it is a beautiful, beautiful pink, like a light dusty pink. Early Dusk is a standard ink. It's a nice blue. I think I could do that one. Masquerade is definitely a dusty pink with just a little bit of shimmer in it, and it is just perfect. If you like dusty pink / light purples, that is the color for you. Here we have Nightfall. Oh my gosh. This is a blue-black. It has a greenish shimmer to it. It has a reddish looking pinkish undertone type sheen. It is phenomenal. That is beautiful. Buck's Fizz, it does have a shimmer to it. I guess depending on the size nib would determine exactly how saturated it would be. It's a little lighter of a color than I would normally use, but still a beautiful color. Sweet Dreams was the scented ink. I have never noticed ink to do this before. I did make sure that my nib was dry. The cap was dry when I did the swirl, and that's how that turned out on this Tomoe River paper. Kind of weird to me. Have you guys ever noticed that? And down here is Jacaranda. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And it is kind of a blue purple type of color. It is a standard ink, but that is the first 8 days. I'm very happy with these. Cannot, oh, sorry, there's my husband again. Cannot wait to try these out, and we will see you next week with days 9 through 16. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.